inferring and gathering information from the world around us, when our mind constructs these perceptual truths, does the sheer number of people ascribing meaning to a certain belief ensure its validation beyond the perception? Can we infer that if the consciousness adopts to a certain thought, one certain belief, one framework, will it carry meaning outside of just the physical self? Will it become reality because we ascribe that meaning to it and we are creating our own reality as we go? And if so, what can be inferred from this? If we can just, by conceptualizing and experiencing these conceptualizations through truly believing in them and extracting clues around us to fit this model, to lend it truth, to give the perception of truth to everyone, not everyone, that's extreme, to a large number of people or to a certain number of people that expands over time, embodying another timeless theme, the expansion, whether it be life, of thought, of regenerating the self, of understanding the self. What can be inferred from these absolutes, if this is indeed an absolute that we can take with us and identify with, even if it just holds meaning? Well, everything is predicated on that. If it just holds meaning in the mind of the beholder, and certain people prescribe to this framework, and it flourishes, and it becomes something greater than the part that attributed meaning to it initially. If we can erect these meanings, and if we can erect perceptual realizations in others, that they then lend their own perceptions and their own interpretations, and this thought just keeps getting reworked and reframed and larger, and it blossoms. What can we draw from this? That, of course, there's a fragile nature to life, as each conception can lend that perceptual air of certainty to the individual as we explore them and we experience that which we perceive to be real and espouse it as if it is real. And by attributing it this meaning, it then does become real in the guise of humanity. What can be deduced from this? It seems like I've been here before, these patterns of thought, and it seems like I come to a conceptual understanding, but then I'm trying to disassociate myself with the conception. But then it's like I succumb to the physical reality where you must utilize the mind. Or maybe that's my perceived reality, that I must use the mind in order to formulate these opinions, or not opinions, but formulate that which is compelling me to experience it. Maybe nothing we say is real, and everything we say is real. Is that line blurred so much that we can't truly know that which is and that which is perceived? Nominalism, where we're attributing things meaning, but they hold no meaning outside of what we're trying to convey. They hold no meaning outside of the words. The expressions endure, but the meaning behind it is loosely associated with the words conveying what it actually is, or what we perceive it to be. I feel compelled to understand today and I feel compelled to validate myself in a deeper context so that everything around me is absorbed with me and I become a part of it, as we are a part of nature. There's no separation from the natural realm. Anything physical, from the blade of grass swaying in the wind, to the child laughing, to the animal preying on its food consumption that it will consume that day. There is no separation for anything in life. The clouds idly staying there in the sky, just drifting. Are the clouds, are we a mirror of everything? It seems we mirror animals in everything they do, as we have an animalistic side to us, as we, well, this can be argued as we undoubtedly came from animals, is what I was going to say. We are an animal. The human is an animal. So we have the humanistic aspect, but we also have this intelligence that we're struggling with, struggling to validate the absolutes behind this intelligence and the meaning of conscious bodies able to erect these flourishing temples of fruition that have been extracted from us throughout the cosmic odyssey. I feel compelled, as I said, to understand everything that is external to me, because I feel it compelling everything within, as they each are a reflection of one another. And without this understanding, and just attributing abstract patterns of thought to that which I see, but not internalizing it and experiencing it, so I can validate myself in the purpose of my life and yours as well, as we are one, in a deeper context, to truly pursue and explore every framework in everything external to us. This moment feels like an aberration. It doesn't feel natural. Although it is natural. It's a natural state to be in disarray and to lose focus. But that's where we have to preserve our being and feel a sense of perseverance guiding us through these times of uncertainty. And we have to be confident that we will gain a true understanding through our course of experiencing this reality. And I keep saying branching out, because it feels like evolution is a tree just branching throughout that which we perceive to be time, but existence. It's branching out through existence, and there are avenues, and we're exploring these. And while one is a dead end, one continues. We can explore this. And I don't believe, although some have become dead ends, I believe there's so many more, and we're just branching out of certain ones now. And everybody, I feel, that's why I don't believe there's one path. I believe we experience and we learn and we intake and we internalize and we keep journeying through these corridors of time as we perceive it to be, inevitably resulting in the expansion of our existence through these paths that are similar to branches on a tree, but eternal branches, that which doesn't cease. And I think they will all eventually come to a single point, and they will experience growth as one and adopt the same modes of existence and excel to the stages within, that we validate ourselves within the deepest context possible. And this is when I speak of, I don't think it's the finality of the situation. I think it's the finality of the perceived world and the beginning. I was going to say the beginning of the end. It's not. It's not an ending. It's transition. It's something that births something else. And once we reach this, I believe we'll be aware. We'll be aware that we are solidified in that moment on the outmost reaches of this tree, that we have finally become the trunk. We are that which has a solid foundation, and nothing can hinder us from the path, that everything in the past that has become a fuel for this exploration, nothing will become lost, and everything will finally be able to utilize reflection and foresight within a single instance to encompass the now. and truly understand that we have arrived.